Okay, so the main part, this is a very simple, short topic, and there's not much over here that they can ask you. But the main purpose of this linear law topic, this is related to trigonometry. Oh, sorry, this is related to logs and exponential equation, logs and exponential equations. And the main purpose of this thing is to linearize a non-linear equation. Non-linear equation. For example, we know that a straight line, not an example right now, we know a straight line has an equation y is equals to mx plus
X
c,
plus.
right? And your on your x-axis you have the, or your horizontal axis is your x, and your vertical axis is your y. And the values on the x-axis are replaced over here in the place of x, and the values on the y-axis represent these y values. And then when you sketch this, you get a straight line always, and a straight line will always have y is equals to mx plus c as the general equation of a
Hmm.
line. There's the background. So now, if you have an equation which is non-linear, for example, if you have y is equals to a b power x, now you can definitely see this is not in the linear form. It is not in the y is equals to mx plus c form. So the
Hmm.
graph of this thing will be also not linear. It would be something else. It would be a curve something. But now what we will do, we would use the rules of logs, the rules of exponentials and dices, and we would change our x's a little bit, and we will linearize it. We will convert it into a straight line. So what do we do? First of all, we use the logs, the rules of logs, to change it into this format.
Okay.
How? What do we do? We use logs on both sides. We take ln. We can take ln on both sides. So this would become ln y is equals to ln a b x. Further simplifying, this would become ln y is equals to ln a plus ln b power x. And further simplify, this would become ln y is equals to x ln b plus ln a. Now this is the equation that you have formed. You have the this format, and the linear format is what? The linear is y is equals to m x plus c. So after comparison over here, we can see that it is somewhat in the same, what do you say, format as the y is equals to mx plus c. Look how you can see that now your y
Y
has
is
now,
equals to
yes, ln y, your y is now ln y, your x is still x, but the gradient in this case, the gradient is can be compared with,
L and B.
yes, your gradient is ln b, and your c, the y intercept is ln a.
L and
But still, if you would sketch this line ln y is equals to x ln b plus ln a on the Cartesian coordinate system, where your vertical axis is the y and the horizontal axis is the x, you will still get a curve. Now to make it linear, to linearize it, what do? We change the axes as well. Now how would we change the axis? एक minute. I think Mohit is here. We would change the axis like this. Now on your y axis, after comparison, we can see that your y has now become ln y. So this means on your y-axis it would not be y, it would be now ln y. And your x is still x. So on your x-axis it will be x. And now if you would draw the sketch the points, this would be the y-intercept, which would be ln a. Now it would become a straight line, because on the y-axis you have ln y, on the x-axis you have x. So the gradient will be ln b, and the y-intercept will be ln a. This is how you linearize. First of all, you convert it, write it in that format. You separate the terms, you get it in the three terms, like y and mx and then c. So you can have something else as well. It won't be l and y always. You can have something else as well. But then after converting into this thing, you compare, and then you see what your y has changed into and what your x has changed into. And then you change the x's as well accordingly. And then if you would plot them, this would make a straight line, and any point on this line as well will be equal to not x comma y. It will be now x comma ln y,
ln.
not y. It would be ln y because on your y-axis it is ln y now. That's why. So this is what everything will revolve around. Your equation will not be linear. This is not linear. This is one of the examples of the equations that they can give you. There can be many other types of equations that they can give you, which will not be linear, which will not be y is equals to mx plus c. But you would try to make it into that format by using logs or exponential rules, x's, and that would make you the straight line that you wanted. You linearized a non-linear equation. Now there are not many uh, combinations or different ways that the questions can come in. We'll do an example for each of them, and you will see that this is not a very difficult one, and you get very repetitive kind of questions over here as well. So
फिर वो कॉपी कर ले पहले.
वो करवा देता हूँ मैं, 1 मिनट, एक सवाल करा दूँ, समझ में आ जाएगा. This is a very, I directly move on to the past papers, and relate the information, the knowledge which I give you right now with the question. How will we apply it over here? I'll do this one and then you can copy down both of them with the example as well. So in this example, the actual equation, it is what? It is y is equals to capital A, which is unknown, e minus k x square. And they have linearized it. Look, the graph is given for the same equation. But on your y-axis, you can see it is ln y. And on your x-axis, it is not x, it is x square. So this is x-axis. So, and then they have given you 2 points on this graph as well. So the points also represent not x comma y, it will be x square comma ln y. And then they're asking you to get the values of the unknowns, the a and k. Find a and k. So what can we do now? First of all, we convert into a form which is linearized, so that we can understand what is the gradient, what is the y-intercept. So what do? We use the ln on both sides. So ln is equals to ln a e minus k x square. Ln y is still ln y. This would become ln a plus ln e minus k x square. Ln y is still ln y. Ln a and minus kx square comes down and becomes ln e. Ln e, it is equals to 1 when the base and the inside is same. Ln has the log base e and inside also e, so it becomes 0, sorry 1, and so this becomes ln y is equals to minus k x squared plus ln a. And right now also you can see on the y-axis we have ln y, on the x-axis we have x square, and so your gradient and c. So you can see that the gradient will be minus k. So the gradient on this of the 2 points that they have given you, if you find the gradient, that will be equal to minus a, and the y-intercept will be c. So this means if you find the gradient is y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1, so y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, this will be equal to minus k, because after comparison that's what we've got. So use the calculator. 0.32 minus 0.76 upon 1.69 minus 0.64. So your k is coming out as, give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So minus 0.44. Minus k is equal to minus 0.42, sorry. So this means your k is coming out as minus 0.42. And now they're asking you to get the value of a as well. Now how can you do that? You can use one of the points, any one of the points as well. So you can substitute your coordinate, one of the coordinates also that they have given you. Look, it is 0.7, 0.64, comma 0.76, this one. So the value of ln y is 0.76. So complete thing 0.76. ln y is equal to 0.76. and minus k, it is 0.419 something, which we found over here. 41907 something like that, times x square. The value of x square for that point is 0.64 plus ln a. Now you would move things around and find the values of a. Value of a. So 0.76 minus 0.419 times 0.64. So ln a is 0.49184 is equals to ln a. And to find the value of a, you would change it into exponential form. So this would become a is equals to e power 0.49184, or taking e on both sides. So e power 0.49184. So capital A comes out as 1.64, correct to two decimal places. So this is your answer. This is how your questions will be. So you changed a non-linear into a linear format, and then you compared, and then you get the gradient, and you compared, and you found that the gradient is equals to minus k, and your y-intercept is ln a, and then you found your values of a and k. This is a very typical question. If you have any questions, ask. This is something very unique. I also did not ever think that this could be done as well, but this comes in very very handy sometimes, because working with a straight line is much easier than working with a curve, right? So the actual, if you would draw the curve, you can't do it without your proper curve and formulation and everything. Okay, let's do this one. Similar to the last thing. So your actual equation, it is y is equals to capital A x power m, and then on your x-axis you can see ln x, and on your y-axis you can see ln y. So somehow they have used logs, and after comparison with the linear equation, they have changed the y with ln y and the x with ln x. So let's see. So we would apply logs over here, ln on both sides. So ln y, ln k x m, ln y, ln k plus ln x m, ln y is equals to m ln x plus ln k. So you can see y is equals to m x plus c. So your y-axis is now ln y, your x-axis is your ln x, and your gradient m is still m, and your y-intercept is c, which is ln k. Okay, so if you find the gradient, the y-intercept we can see 0, comma 2. So this means the ln k, directly we know that ln k is equals to 2, right? The y-intercept. Right now the y-intercept for ln y against ln x, you would write ln, this is the graph again of ln y against ln x. Your y-axis is your ln y, vertical axis is your ln y, horizontal is your ln x. So you can see y-intercept is 2 directly. You can compare. So ln k is 2, so your k will come out as e power 2. If you convert it into exponential format from log form. So this is your e. And then your gradient, you can find the gradient. Gradient will be equal to m, which is y2 minus y1. So 10.2 minus 2 upon 6 minus 0. So your m comes out as, so easiest 5 marks, I think. This was even shorter than the previous one. Minus 2 upon 6. So 41 upon 3, and they're asking you to write it in correct to 2 decimal places. So 1.37, and e power 2, 7.4. 7.4, no, 7.39. So yeah, any questions, anything? Okay. The variables x and y satisfy this equation. 5 y plus 1 is equals to 2 3x. By taking logs, show that the graph of y against x is a straight line. So they're telling us that your y against x. This means after comparison, you will get your y on the vertical axis and you will get your x on the vertical axis somehow. They're telling us, let's see. So then after comparison, we will get the value of the gradient and the intercept, and let's see. So ln on both sides. So ln 5y plus 1, ln 2 3x. Y plus 1 would come down and multiply, and 3x can come down and multiply. And then ln y ln 5 plus ln 5 is equals to 3x ln 2. Move everything on one side. So y ln 5 is equals to 3x ln 2 minus ln 5. So y will be 3 ln 2 upon ln 5 x minus ln 5 upon ln 5. Isn't it? You're dividing ln 5 on this side. So ln 5 cancel out. So this means after simple comparison, your gradient comes out as 3 ln 2 upon ln 5. And your c comes out as 1, minus 1. Y-intercept is minus 1. And then you can see that it is in the form y is equals to mx plus c. And if you make your graph of y against x, you will get a straight line because it is in that form. Y is equals to mx plus c. You don't have to change the axis. So that's why y against x will be a straight line. Then find the exact value of the gradient of this line. So we have found the exact value of the gradient of the line. It is this one. And state the corners of the point at which the line cuts the y-axis. Here it is. It is cutting the y-axis at the already everything we have found. 0 comma minus 1 is the point where it is crossing the y-axis, which is the y-intercept. And the gradient is this. So you have done the complete question. Okay, let's do question number 1. And then prepare. You people will do the question, the next one after this one. The variables x and y satisfy the equation x power n y is equals to c, capital C. X is equals to 1.1, y is equals to 5.2, x is equals to 3.2, y is equals to 1.05. Sometimes you won't need anything as well. You just you can do substitution and then solve it simultaneously. You can do that as well. For example, in this one, look, x is equals to 1.1, so 1.1 power n, and y is 5.2. 5.2 is equals to c. You form this as one of the equations. The other one would be 3.2 power n into 1.05 is equals to c again. And now you can solve this simultaneously. The c and the c can be substituted. So 1.1 n 5.2 is equals to 3.2 n and 1.05. And then what can you do? 1.1 power n divided by 3.2 power n is equals to 1.05 divided by 5.2. And now you can combine them as well. 1.1 divided by 3.2 using rules of indices, exponentials, and 1.05 divided by 5.2. And now you can convert them into logs, convert into logarithmic form so that you can get the answer. So log of the base is 1.1 upon 3.2, and the inside will be 1.05 divided by 5.2. It is equals to n. You can directly get the answer for the value of n, and then you can substitute it to get the value of c as well. So log, this is 1.1 divided by 3.2 and this is 1.05 upon 5.2. So 1.4982. This is your value of n. And now you would want to find the value of c. So 3.2 power this 1.4982 multiplied by 1.05 is equals to c. So this answer, whatever that you've gotten, 3.2 power of this answer multiplied by 1.05. So 5.998. These are the two answers. Direct. No need of doing that thing as well. So in the second part, explain why the graph of ln y against ln x is a straight line. This is the same thing. You would linearize it. You would take ln on both sides, and then you will see that y will be replaced with ln y and x will be replaced with ln x. So x power n y is equals to c. X power n y is equals to c. So ln on both sides. So ln x n y is equals to ln c. Ln x n plus ln y is equals to ln c. N comes down. Ln x, ln y, ln c. Make ln y the subject. So ln y will be equal to minus n ln x plus ln c. So you can see y is equals to mx plus c. So it is now linearized. So ln y against ln x will be now a straight line. Easy. Any questions?